now, darling.
Should we go find Bridie?
So you can totally tell I've cut my own friend.
Yeah.
So squeaky. See my knitting. I don't think you show it very well. You sort of go like that.
That's right, there's a big expanse.
A big expanse.
Oh no.
What? What did I say?
B. Oh, that's nice. Yay! It's episode 6.
Episode 6.
Wow. Well, here we are, both knitting hats.
We are. We've just said we're both knitting a hat.
What's your hat?
I've not knit a hat for ages, actually.
What is it?
It is. I've just cast this on for Bryony. It's the. I've knit this twice before.
Right. You're going to get it right this time, though.
Haha. And it's the. It's called Who ? Question mark.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Which is perfect, really. Because who are we?
Who are we? Sorry.
I always go first. You go first this time.
Do you always go first?
I do.
Okay. That sounds weird. My name is Kay. My username on Ravelry is Bryony Bear, and on Instagram I am Bryony Bears.
And my name is Dan, and my username on Ravelry is Obi-Wan Knitter. My username on Instagram is Obi-Wan Knitter. And it's great to be back. Yay! Isn't it?
It is.
For episode 6.
6.
And we've had some amazing messages this week from 2 that I can think of immediately. People who've been laid up.
Yeah.
There's one quite recently, and then another one. There was one lady, she was saying that she tried to knit and that she hadn't been able to relax.
She just had 2 knee surgeries. Ow. And she couldn't concentrate on her knitting, I think because of the meds and stuff. And she found us. I don't know how she came across
No,
us.
I can't remember. But she watched the lot.
She watched the whole 5 episodes. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Watching us for over 5 hours.
That's so sweet though.
It's very sweet. We were really touched.
She sent us this really lovely message saying how it had really helped her through the day. And it's messages like that just make me want to film every day.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's making people happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't quite know how we do it.
No.
But while we're doing it, we'll continue doing it, which is great. And something that's made us very happy this week are these mugs.
You've got Detroit.
Yeah, and we can't see what you have.
Ting Ting, I'm letting him use Detroit.
Forget Detroit.
Because I'm that kind.
But look at your mug.
Oh, sorry, it's the wrong way around.
Oh.
Hang on. Sorry, it's got lipstick on.
And
dun, 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 dun.
If we had 3 presenters,
and look, it's got a Stetson. Sorry, I'm so excited. Stetson and a cowboy boots, and I need a Stetson and cowboy boots. And
this one is super cool because it's got
music
notes on, which is perfect for me.
And then downstairs, we can only use 2. Unfortunately, there's only 2 of us. But last night,
I do like coffee a lot. I could have had coffee in each hand.
You could have had 2. And then last night we got a 3rd one this week, and that one is Kansas City.
Yes.
Which is from the Kansas side, not the...
We've been learning about geography this week.
It's an M state.
Missouri.
You
should know that after yesterday's
full-on
geography fest on Instagram.
And I said I need to get a US map and just have it there. So that
then we know.
I know where Texas is because that's the biggest blob, if you like, down the bottom, and I know where California is because that's over that side, and I know like New York and Washington are on that side, and then that's it. Really.
In the middle, it all gets slightly confusing.
Yeah, it all kind of blurs into one. But Dallas came from lovely Debbie. And she wrote on the bottom of it, and that gave me a great idea. And then, because I didn't want to get them confused in my head, I was like, oh, where does Lisa live and where does Ting Ting live? So I wrote on the bottom with a Sharpie who sent us which, so that I know. So I've got Dallas today, you've got Detroit, Kansas City I used.
And you've got others coming too, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It's really, really
so
cool.
many lovely people.
Thank you so much. And I didn't realise they were going to be so big. And I mean, Dan will tell you, I love big mugs, don't I?
Mm.
I normally have my cup of tea in the morning in this massive Fat Rascal Betty's mug that I bought from Betty's tea shop. And I've been having them in this now. So we've got coffee this morning.
We do. And isn't Melia Bella sending you one?
Melia Bella, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
she's going to New York and she said she'd bring me one.
If we cast our minds back to episode 1, one of the podcasts that I referenced as one of the ones that really inspired me, and we just loved the whole meld of gaming and knitting, was his and hers. So I got quite excited.
Yeah, she's joined. I think she's joined the group, has she?
Well,
Bella?
just
and she's
connecting on Instagram was exciting enough for me.
She would happily send me a mug, and I think she said she was going to New York. What day is it? Thursday. It might be today or tomorrow. She said she was going. And she said she was going to pick me one up. Yeah. I'm going to get a New York one,
That's
and
so cool.
I've got one also coming from lovely Amelia.
Yay!
And I think, will that be a Boston one, Amelia? I think it's Boston.
Who knows?
Yeah. So,
lots of mugs though. How great!
Oh my gosh, I need to clear out one of my cupboards in the kitchen for special mugs. I'm so excited by it, so thank you everybody.
So welcome back anyway. Good to see you back again, and we've never said this before. Everyone says this. I feel bad now for not saying it before. Welcome back to existing viewers, and welcome to all new viewers.
I think it's probably because we didn't think we'd have any viewers.
No.
That's the reason why.
And if you are a new viewer and you're looking for the other episodes, we've set up a playlist on the Bakery Bears YouTube channel, so you can see all the episodes all in the right order. So if you want to catch up on previous adventures, then have a look at that, and that'll run you right the way through. So we're really pleased to be back. Thank you so much for your amazing response to the last episode where we did the director's cut. We're doing another one of those this week. So we'll be about an hour and a half, maybe even slightly longer, slightly epic. But you seem to enjoy it, so we'll carry on. And yeah, competition is still running.
Yes,
hotting up now.
Bryony was looking through all the photos.
She's getting ready.
She is, and she has
still
got.
Not too late though.
She has got a favourite so far, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No.
But she was struggling. She finds it very hard to say what her favourite anything is. She'll say
all of them.
All of them. I love them all. Or she'll say these 5.
She's like a politician.
Are my favourite. So I said, look, she chose I think 3. I said, right, you've got to narrow it down to your favourite one. So she did. But there's still 2 weeks left.
There is. So there's still time. Go for it. And quickly remind us of the prize.
It's in a bag all ready to go.
Wow. So all it's waiting for is your name and address.
Yeah.
And it could be yours.
Lovely pink bag.
Which we were speaking about yesterday, weren't we? I didn't realise you had pink ones to send. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Show it, show it.
And I've put one of the Bakery Bear badges on as well.
Come on.
So it's a good sock size. I use this size for socks. It's got a square bottom.
Does it have a Zeeded Bupper Pill? Does it?
No. I'm not that glamorous.
Where's my package? Oh, that sounds right.
Edit that. Here it is.
Do I need to edit that? I don't think I do.
Probably not knowing.
No, we'll be fine.
One of the many packages we got this week, and oh my goodness, it's been a week of fantastic packages.
Pardon? Folks, this week, knitting alert. There's a new product on the market, and it's going to be reviewed by loads of people, I'm sure, because it's completely new. It's a whole new idea. It's from one of my absolute favourite podcasts, from the amazing Knitting Den podcast. Her Etsy shop is called
Kiki Boo Bags.
Great. And the new product in there is
a Zeeded Bupper Pill.
Yes. Now, many people use beaded zipper pulls. Personally, I've never liked those at all. I prefer Zeeded Bupper Pills, which were released by Den. I noticed that because she mentioned it on a podcast, and she sent me one, which is amazing. Now,
and
where
it's
is
on
it?
your back. It's on your Star Wars bag.
It's on my best Star Wars bag. Here is my...
Yay. And it matches. Look how it matches.
My Zeeded Bupper Pill. get yourself over to Kikiboo Bags or send Denise a PM, ask her for Zeeded Bupper Pills. Go for it, because they're going to be seriously hot
She's
stuff.
going to love you, isn't she?
So, yes, competition.
Competition.
Excellent.
So it finishes, how many days are in July? 30 days, 31. So we'll close it. Now let's think about this. We'll be podcasting on the 30th. We'll be recording on the 31st because we're going away on the 1st, which is a Friday. So we'll be recording on the 31st. I'll close the thread that morning. Bryony will decide that morning, and then we can say.
Cool. There we go. And she can announce it herself.
Yeah, because she'll be here, because it's the last day of school today. She finishes for the summer.
Cool. So Bryony shall announce it. But speaking of competitions, our 500 member...
Well, that wasn't a competition.
No. But well, it's not a competition, but it's a prize.
It's a prize. We hit 500 members in the Ravelry group.
Thank you so much.
Sometime within the last week, I think it was.
That's so amazing.
And I just happened to look one day and it was at 498 or something. I was like, oh my gosh, we're nearly at 500 and it's unbelievable.
So we need to thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So how do we thank you?
So we thought...
Give you yarn.
Yes. So we just thought we'd just do now a random number
Where's
generator.
The yarn? Show me the yarn.
From, 1 to 500 and just choose someone and send you a prize. So we'll talk about this yarn in a little bit.
Right.
But I'll show you what we're going to send you.
Yeah, and then let's do the draw in a little bit as well.
Yeah. So
you get excited then.
Yeah. So we'll
thinking,
just show you.
Is it going to be me? I have to keep watching.
This is, as I understand it, this is a completely new yarn base. I think anyway. I mean, it's certainly new to me. It's Bijou Basin. It's 75% yak down, 25% superfine merino. It doesn't say what weight it is, but I think it looks like a DK. There's 200 yards. It said it's 6 stitches to the inch, needle size 3 to 5, which doesn't help me at all because I can never remember the US sizes.
No.
But I think it looks about a DK, so I'll hold it up so you can see it. Can you see the colour? It's not quite as bright as that. It's like a sort of faded magenta. And that's a good colour name, isn't it? It doesn't say the colour name actually. Number 37 it says on there. So this is going to be what we're going to give away.
And we'll draw that
Da-da.
at the end of the episode.
It's super soft. I've never felt yak before.
So we shall
this
draw
is the yarn.
this
We're going to be drawing it
later on.
It's really squishy.
Stay tuned.
Make
How
a lovely
exciting.
hat or cowl or anything. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mittens.
And remember, Christmas in July over at the Knitting Dead podcast, and that flows beautifully into our getting ahead of the game. What's that?
Yeah.
Getting ahead of the game.
Knit along.
Which starts immediately after this one finishes.
1st of August, and that's the day we go away.
It is.
So
and the prize for that is a great Bakery Bear kit.
Yes.
Yes. Which we showed in the last episode.
We'll show again when the time gets closer.
Yeah. We started a new feature last episode, and that was Bakery Bears Out and About. And this week we went out and about to a beautiful place called Richmond, didn't we?
We did. It's lovely, yeah.
It is. It's a very, very old English market town. Lots of beautiful shops and things.
And the market was on, wasn't it, the day
It
we were
was.
there?
So let's take you out and about in Richmond right now. Here we are.
Here we are.
Walking down the street in Richmond.
In Richmond, and look how tall Bryony is now. Excuse me, it's kind of ridiculous.
It's a great street, this. If you see there on the right hand side is a great shop called Thornton's. And that when I was growing up, I don't know about UK, but that was like a really cool chocolate shop.
It was.
Not so good anymore, I'm afraid.
No, it's kind of gone a bit too mass market, if you like, and yeah.
But down into perfect day, really, because
Yes.
not only is the sky so blue, but also the market was in town, and it is an old market town.
And here's that's the market square, isn't it?
A medieval market square.
Yeah.
It's been there a long time, and the market is actually very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. Apart from that burger van, there.
Granny's Kitchen. Look at those. I think some Eccles cakes there.
Yeah.
And some great cheeses on there,
Cheeses.
which I meant to stop in and go back. And where we're heading actually now is where we're going to take you in the locations. It's down to the castle, but as I was filming, I tripped. Did you see?
You did trip, yeah. So.
That's so cool. Now,
Oh, I didn't know you filmed this.
do you remember Wool Mouse?
Yes,
from
do you
episode
remember,
3?
if you remember the little shop Wool Mouse, and I said that she used to be in the indoor market in Richmond. This is where she used to be, and she used to be on the right hand side there. But someone else has obviously moved in there now because she's gone.
But I mean, it was interesting actually because some of those maps there,
Yeah.
I was super interested in those really old maps from like the 30s and 20s.
Lots of coins as well on that store.
And there was some wool, wasn't there?
There was, but you'll see now.
Here
Look,
it is.
you can see what I don't need to really comment on.
No, I
on
think we should
type
comment.
of wool. It's not my cup of tea really. It's just lots of kind of baby acrylic and that silly pom pom. I just don't know what you do with that.
Some great patterns. Look at that pattern there.
Yeah.
Jean Greenhouse, bizarre knits. I want some of those.
She's very good. She's a
Yeah.
very good doll designer actually.
They look great. And that didn't look so bad, that.
No, I think that was King Cole Merino actually. I didn't see that before. Was
Nah,
it?
you see.
Oh, I missed it.
I sniffed it out.
Yeah.
I always spot the good stuff. But yeah, Wool Mouse was in here and it was always good to come and have a little look around. Oh, what are those?
I don't know.
They're like sock puppets, aren't
Oh,
they?
this was cute. Cute little toy store. And they had some wooden snakes. Will you see the wooden snake?
We too right we see the wooden snakes.
They were really good. Bryony's got like a plastic version
Look
of
at that.
these and she loves them. They're
brilliant.
look. How cool is that? Denise, snake!
Yeah, yeah. Ah! This is not such a good idea anymore.
No.
But I think that's exactly where Wool Mouse was, wasn't it? Right there.
Just there where the
Yeah.
snake was, yeah.
So actually, it's good that she's gone because we've got to see those great snakes.
Yeah,
And she's in a much better place now, anyway.
she
I
is.
think. That's a strange store. What's on there?
I don't know, there's sort of bits and bobs of everything.
Seriously bizarre.
Really is, yeah.
What were those?
It's just old-fashioned jewellery. There was a ring with Hello Kitty on that Bryony wanted, but it was really, really big. It wouldn't have fit her. So.
Now, the interesting thing about Richmond is it's sort of it's on a hill, isn't it?
It is on a hill.
So really, everywhere you walk is quite interesting on the old thighs.
There you can see, look,
yeah.
it's on the hill.
Straight down, and down the bottom there used to be a great Woolworths, which we used to love going in.
Woolies.
Yeah, but then up here there's an absolutely amazing coffee shop which we always stop in. Great houses,
Yeah.
really old-fashioned, typically sort of English rambling streets. It's quite York-like.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the coffee shop.
Oh, look. Yum.
The coffee shop we love. We always
There it is.
finish our day at Richmond
At Mocha.
with a nice mock. And we shall see more of Richmond in a minute.
We will.
Because we will be doing our favourite place to knit at one of our favourite places actually, which we go to so much, which is Richmond Castle. But more of that when we get to the section. You know what it's time for. Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
What's on my needles? I think we started talking about hats, didn't we, at the beginning? And then
We did, so show something else.
And no, we never even.
Oh,
told
sorry.
us, we never even said that.
Sorry.
So it's the Who hat, Who ? And I'm pretty sure, I'm certain actually, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's by Penguin Pearls, and it's a hat. It's a beanie hat, and it's got little owls running all around it. I'm sure everybody knows the pattern. And what I wanted to do, I fancied knitting a hat because I haven't knit a hat for a while. And Bryony's got lots of woolen hats for winter. But when she goes swimming in the summer, her hair always stays wet, doesn't it, when you come out of the swimming baths? Even though you try and dry it, it just stays wet forever. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll knit her a cotton hat for summer that she can just bob on when she comes out of swimming. So I thought, what have I got cotton-wise? Sorry, I dropped my yarn cake. And I remembered that my lovely friend Sally sent me a couple of skeins of yarn a few weeks ago, and one of them was a cotton yarn, and it's Cascade Yarns Sunseeker, which is 47% cotton, 48% acrylic, and then a bit of like stellina in it. And I think it's classed as a DK. I think, yeah, DK, yeah, I don't think it's quite a worsted. So here's the yarn, and I hope you can you see you might not be able to see the sparklies. It's got like a bluey little sparkle in it. Really, really pretty, and purple, because everything has to be purple for Bryony. And I've just cast on yesterday. Sorry, it's upside down. So that's going to be a hat for Bryony.
Yay!
Dan Jones, what's on?
Well, here we have some amazing handspun from an absolutely great lady who sent this to me. It's Lee, isn't it? It's Luli on Ravelry.
On Ravelry
and on Instagram.
She's Instamatic Luli.
And she said she had this kicking around and didn't really know what to do with it, so she very kindly sent it to me. And it's an amazing piece of handspun yarn, because in the house it's one colour, and when you get it out of the house it just becomes, and you'll actually see that because I'm knitting on this.
It's fantastic.
In the favourite places to knit.
In the sunlight.
In the sunlight it just comes to life. It's a really amazing yarn. So this is another Bankhead hat. The hat that I finished on the other episode. I love this pattern. I actually messaged the designer just to say how much. Susie Gawley, I think her name is, from Canada.
I think that's what you said, yeah.
Yes, and she sent a really lovely message back, which was so sweet. But it's my absolute favourite hat ever. And the yarn is just growing on me the more I knit with it.
It's lovely.
Really great.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So thank you so much for the yarn.
I'm hoping there'll be enough. I think there will be.
Yes, there'll be enough. And this, I've entered this in my first ever knit-along.
Yes,
what's on your needles, Kate Jones?
This is a pair of socks. And can you remember last time I held up 3 skeins of yarn and I said, which one do you think I should cast on for a pair of socks for me? And by miles, I think this one won by miles. And it is the Knitting Goddess. I think is it a 2-ply or a 3-ply? I'm not sure. I think it's a 3-ply. Sock yarn, merino nylon, 425 metres, and the colour's called Parakeet. So here's the Knitting Goddess. Really, and she's based now in Harrogate, which we've mentioned before, and it's the town that we used to live in. Right, so here's the sock. I started it, and the colours are lovely. I think it's looking really... if I hold it there, you can see that's a better sort of picture. I'll try and hold it up close. Hang on. There you go. Oh, look at that. It's really pretty. I'm holding it upside down again. It's really nice, and it's not really... I wouldn't call that pooling, really. It's more of a kind of
We actually established the other day that I like pooling.
Oh,
Kay showed me some socks that... Had you ripped them out? Or
I'd
were you
ripped
going
them
to...
out. I've mentioned them before. They were like blues and yellows, and I'd ripped them out because it was bugging me. And I'd got a picture on my phone. I'd taken a picture on my phone and I was clearing out photos, and I showed you, and you went, "Oh, I really like those." They
looked sort of Star Warsy.
So I might be casting those back on again for him.
I like them.
And having to battle through the pooling. So I've started this one, and the pattern I'm doing, I've not done this one before, but I'm really liking it. It's the Vanilla Latte socks. Virginia Rose Jeans. That's the lady's name. And again, I'm pretty sure it's free on Ravelry, Vanilla Latte. And it's like a broken rib pattern. It's really nice. So I've started those. That's just the first one.
It's great yarn. I love it. And who are they
for? Well, me, I think, or I might look at that. Oh,
where did that yarn come from? Have you said?
No, I bought this. I went to a knitting. It's not really a knitting. It's a show. It's like a knitting and stitching show. It's called, and I went last November. It's in Harrogate, funnily enough. And it's like an indoor show. It's just lots and lots of stalls indoors. It's really big, and it's all knitting and all sewing stalls. And I went with my friend Lynn.
Cool.
But it's really, it's really lovely yarn, really soft, and I think it's going to make a fabulous pair of socks. I'll see what it's like when I've finished them. I'll want to keep them, but I might give them. Dan Jones, what's on here?
It's becoming slightly epic, and honestly, I knit on this all the time. But there's a lot of stitches. I'm not going to speak about it too long at all, because if you're a regular viewer, you'll have seen this way too much. But I am approaching the end of the first skein of my twin skein cowl. It's beautiful. It's honey cowl. I love knitting it. Very easy to pick up and get on with. It's knitting up great. The yarn is lovely. And yeah, I'll probably finish it hopefully within the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm knitting these on carbons, which I do like. Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Well, this next thing, it is kind of slightly an epic project. I've not been knitting it that long, but it's quite involved. And if you're a friend of mine on Instagram, you will have seen lots of sort of in progress pictures. And she's nearly finished. I just need to do her dress.
When did you start this?
Not that long ago, actually.
No.
You hadn't
started it last podcast, had you?
No, not at all. So here she is. Da, da, da. Look at her hair. I think she's totally bonkers. Look at that hair. I mean, I'll turn her around so you can see the back. She's like Kate Bush. I mean, my stripes when I was mattress seaming didn't quite match up. They're a bit better there. But she wears a dress anyway, so you'll not see that. So look, there she is. And I think her arms look a bit beefy. She looks like she's been working out. I think I might have overstuffed her arms a bit. But when I looked on the pattern, they do look kind of chunky. But, you know, I don't think she'll mind. So here she is. She's called, well, on the pattern she's called Molly. I love how her legs kind of dangle so she can, in the pattern she's sort of posed, sat like this, with her arms. I can't do it. Her arms like that and she's like sat like that. Oh, look, there she is. And I used, it's a pattern by Mary Jane's Tea Room. I'll show you the front page. It's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to obviously show you any instructions. But there's the pattern. Mary Jane's Tea Room, dolls from the tea room. And there's 3 different variations of like the jumper's plain on this one and striped, and then the shoes are different on each one. This one's got boots on. I'm doing this one with Mary Jane's, and this one's got like ballet sort of shoes on. So there's slight different variations in each of them, and I'm doing this one, which is Molly. There's Belle, Molly and Layla, but Bryony wanted brown hair because she's got brown hair. And I ordered, it's a UK, she's a UK designer. So I'm looking that I could order the exact yarn that she used, and again it's a new to me yarn. And the doll is knit with Jameson's Shetland double knitting. So there's the ball band, it's Jameson's. And they're actually based on the Shetland Isles way up, you know, in the north of Scotland. And the yarn, I mean the yarn's lovely, it's a Shetland, so anybody who spins will know that a Shetland is, it's not the softest, it's quite a crunchy yarn. But actually I really like that for things like dolls because it's got lots of structure. And I do really like that. So I got slightly different colours to what the pattern said. They've got 220 different colours in their range, so it took me like forever to decide. But of course Bryony wanted purple, so she chose all the colours. So she chose this kind of mid-purple for a jumper, and she wanted pink for her shoes, which have got little buttons on. And then for the dress is going to be a paler purple. This is lilac. And then it has like a couple of stripes of those colours within it and little straps on of the pink, I think it is. Yeah, so there she is. So I'm going to start on her dress. And there is a free additional bit to the pattern where you can sew a dress out of fabric. And I did look at that this morning because I was thinking of sewing a one. But it needs elastic and I didn't have any, and I didn't want to have to traipse into town to get some, so I thought, oh, I'll just start knitting her a dress. So I love her hair. Look at her hair. Her hair is special doll yarn hair, and it's Dolly Mo is the manufacturer. I'd never heard of it, but I found it in the UK, and it's large loop mohair. So there she is. Look at her hair. Look at there. She's really, oh, she's really sweet. I want to put her somewhere where you can see her. So, oh, and this, let me just quickly show you this bag. Where shall I put her? Can you see her if I put her up there? She's sat on top of a bakery bear, sorry. Yeah, you can see her. Oh no, my head's totally in the way. But this bag was a gift that I got this week as well from my lovely friend Sue, who lives in Virginia near the Waltons house. How exciting. She's Susie Q Knits on Ravelry and Instagram, and she made me a bag. I mean, how fantastic is this bag? She doesn't sell them or anything, she just does it, you know, for fun. She wanted to make me a bag, and look, how fantastic is that? Sue, I love it.
I mean...
I forgot.
I forgot. Really?
And I cast those on, so
Yeah.
I should know. Dan Jones, what else is on
My apologies to viewers for the speed of my co-host. What else is on my needles? This is an FO. This is a pair of socks. That was a coded message to Apple Blossom and you.
Oh, right.
This is a pair of socks for me. So it's nice and purple. I'll get it. Hopefully. It's so difficult.
Yeah, it's a deep purpley. Yeah, I mean, you can't really see it. Hold it right back, like over here.
Is it a different sock pattern, or is it the same one as it before?
No, I've kind of made the stitch count up. It's,
right.
It's similar to the Easy Peasy socks, I think it's called. I've knit about 6 pairs of them, and that's the pattern that you were doing last time for me. Those ones that you made for me.
Yeah.
But I've just reduced the stitch count a little bit because it's for Bryony, and a foot's a bit smaller. So I think the pattern says 48, and I think I cast 40 on.
And starting a second time, actually, one of the things that jumped out at me then when I picked this project up and started knitting it again was when I first started out with the podcast about 8 weeks ago now. I was a one project guy, and actually by changing from that, my abilities have definitely grown. I'm becoming strong.
I have moved you to the dark side.
Yeah. Well, what I like about it is I can now pick up a project. Before, I was a one project guy. I'd pick it up and I'd say to Kay, where am I at? I couldn't work it out. Now, because I've got so many projects on the go, I think your brain starts to work on a higher level. And I picked it up, I knew where I was and just set off. And I really love that. So yeah, my thank you for making me get better.
And the yarn is Malabrigo worsted. And you're all going to be going, what? You're knitting socks in Malabrigo worsted? You must be absolutely off your trolley.
Well, they know I am. So,
but they're just like thick woolly bed socks, and she'll just wear them in the house with the pyjamas in the winter. So.
Yeah, beautiful. So that's what's on my needles. Do you have an exciting moment? It's that time in the podcast when we find out what's on your needles. Who will it be this week? 3 special people.
Drum roll.
Do you watch the podcast?
Sorry.
Clearly not. So the 4 hours I spend up here editing afterwards, there is cheering and all sorts going on with this.
I'm sorry.
Spoon.
I'm sorry, darling.
So who is it going to be this week? This week has been super hard.
You have no idea.
Every week's been super hard. It's like, but I'm going to go with the 3 that instinctively
popped into your head.
Popped into my head. I have messaged a few people personally this week about different things, and you know who you are. But who's it going to be? Get ready. The first one, thanks to a great Google Plus hangout thing, whatever it was, where we met loads of great people from ZK, and we also were able to put voices to people who we've got to know, so it's really nice to hear their voices and get to know them a little bit better. So there's loads of people on there. You're all really great, but the person who sorted it out, the person who it is Debbie Kelsey. What's on your needles? What is on your needles? Get over to the forum and show us. Who is the next What's on Your Needles? Drum roll. This person has just... do you know what? She's inspired me big time. She's been knitting much less time than I have. She's knit. She's onto a 2nd Bakery Bear right now. She's just amazing and lovely. And her name is June Marie.
Yay!
What's on your needles? Get over to the forum and show us. She's so cool, and she's making a 2nd Bakery Bear right now. Her first Bakery Bear.
How old
18,
is she?
I think you are.
18. June.
The youngest Bakery Bear mother.
Amazing.
And she's inspiring me as a knitter, because I wouldn't even dare pick up the Bakery Bear pattern and try and knit it. Probably because the designer sat right next to me going, oh,
I'll give you a hand.
yeah, well, I know, but the pressure. Surely you're with me on that, folks. Can you imagine if she was sat with you, looking at you as you're making it? You'd be like, oh no. So the day I make one, I want to be able to make it start to finish myself. Yeah, with a bit of guidance, but it needs to be all me, because I think that's when they come to life, isn't it? When you've put your heart and soul into it, and then, you know, there it is, there's your little bear. Who is the third person? It's maybe a slightly obvious guess, given some of the things I've already shown you today, and I just felt she had to be, because she was so sweet to do what she did, so sweet to give me a bit more of my my passion, which is hand spun. So the third person is, drum roll, it's Lee. It's Lily. What's on your needles? Get over to the forum and show us right now what's on your needles. Thank you so much, Lee, for the great handspun. You guys have already seen it, but you're amazing. She's now properly on Instagram, because I don't think she was before. And Lee, Yarndale, Bakery Bears Picnic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the day we meet. And Linda, if you're watching.
Linda, you better come and say hello.
Linda, who was out, I think, in a club the other night, posting some very interesting pictures on Instagram.
She might have been a bit tipsy.
We're saying something about Mars bars with like blurry pictures of people dancing. Very strange.
Fun. It looked fun.
Linda, come and see us at Yarndale. So, Kate Jones, what's off your needles?
Oh my goodness! Have we not done that yet? Right. Okay. No. What's off my needles?
We haven't.
I've only got one thing. That's not very good, is it?
Shocking.
But it's, you know, that it's quite a big one thing. And it is, oh gosh, avalanche of yarn.
Show us what's off your needles.
It's a yarny lunch.
Wow.
Hang on, sorry. There we go. It is Dan's socks. Look at those.
And I've worn them already.
You have. He's worn them once or twice, so they don't look too. So there is two. And it's the opal.
There is two?
Yeah, well, if you put
as
them...
opposed to one?
No, but if you put the one behind, if you do
We're
that,
not
it just
Matt
looks...
Franklin.
No. They won't fit.
Hey, look,
they won't.
an FO.
They won't fit on the.
No, there is two.
On the sock blockers I made, unfortunately, that massively too long. So yeah, opal Van Gogh in the bedroom in Arles. Huge socks, done, and they don't match exactly, but I'm not.
Isn't it Van Gogh?
Van Gogh. I'm happy.
What would we say in this country?
I think
we've discussed this before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Historically, I'm sure I grew up with him being Van Gogh.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we would say Van Gogh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself. Okay, are you ready? Pattern.
Pattern.
Do you like it when we say that? Because we've been told you do. Pattern.
Pattern.
Come on then.
That's it. That's my
No, what about me?
You've not got anything.
You would think this was scripted, wouldn't you? Because she does this every week. But it's not. This is genuinely what she does.
If you've got a piece of knitting that's off your needles, I will eat my heart.
Could you please
Dan
ask
Jones,
me?
what is off your needles? That is not a needle. Are you ready? See, he knit that.
Here it is. Now, interesting question this week that Kay had. And that question was... what was that question? What was my favourite?
What was your favourite? Somebody on the forum asked you, didn't they? I think they said their husband was into Star Wars Lego, and they wanted to know what your favourite one was.
So that question it has a twofold answer, and Kay answered personally, but I think hopefully it's interesting for you as well, because I'm going to tell you. Slave 1, Boba Fett. Just one of the coolest characters in Star Wars, in my opinion.
Bryony's favourite.
Yeah. He's a cool character, and he's got like the proper dented helmet, and you know, it's just, you see it there's a little dent up there, you see in the top of his helmet. It's so cool. The design of it is just out of this world. And also the design of Slave 1, for me, other than some of the ultimate collector's kits, which cost so much money, for the money, this is just the coolest buy, because you open up the front here, and there are rockets in here that I could fire, which are super cool.
Do you know what it looks like?
And you also, yes.
It looks like a Black & Decker sander if you hold it that way.
Shut up. Also as well, we have Han Solo in carbonite as well. Obviously from Empire Strikes Back, which slides up there, close it up.
I didn't know he was in there.
And away we go. Yes. And actually, interesting story. My nephew really loves Lego Star Wars. I speak to my brother today, and he's sort of growing out of it. How's that possible? But we went to visit, and Bryony accidentally took.
She did.
She took his Han Solo carbonite, but we sent it back.
Yeah, she was only 3 or 4, and we got her in the car, and she went,
"Look what I've got." But look, do you see how the wings move as well? So this is my favourite Lego. It is my favourite Lego kit. And it beats the Death Star, Imperial Star Destroyer, beats them all. It's the most playable. I absolutely love it. That raises, though, the other question, and that question is, what is the kit that I want the most? And the kit that I want the most is just not available. It hasn't been for a long time. It's the Rebel Blockade Runner. You know, from Star Wars: A New Hope, the very first ship that you see flying that Princess Leia is on. That was released some years ago, I think about the year 2000, 2001. That, as far as I'm aware, is the only release of it. It's a stupendous ship. I think it's called Tantive 4. And now, I mean, to buy it online, you can obviously only buy it from people who bought it boxed and are selling it on. It's like £400-500. No chance. They're bound to re-release it. Lego, please.
There could be somebody from Lego watching. How cool.
If there's someone from Lego watching, please release that ship. Do it as an Ultimate Collectors, because you're going to get at least one purchase, and that'll be me. But there will be loads of other people who will buy it. You've got to bring it back out. It's so superb. So yeah, Tantive 4 is the one that I want the most. Now, we should talk about, while we've been out and about, obviously, the last couple of weeks, and we've come across some great new yarns, haven't we?
Yes. I treated us to some new yarn for our upcoming holiday, and I got this from Loop in London. I've mentioned Loop before, and it really is a treat to buy anything from there. I bought myself, oh my gosh, this yarn is just, oh my lordy. It's from Skein, which is an Australian company, Australia Skein, and this is their Merino Cashmere Fingering. 437 yards, 80% merino, 20% cashmere, and I got the Tuscany colour. I'm quite into sort of not earthy, pretty neutrals. I would maybe call them. And this is just, it's so soft. I cannot tell you. I mean, people will know if you've knit with this, but oh my gosh, it's so soft and beautiful, and oh. So I thought I'd be completely mad and knit myself a pair of like bed socks with this. You're all going, no! It's got to be a shawl, don't knit socks with it. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to knit with it, but it's beautiful colours. Look.
I do socks with that as well.
It's just gorgeous. And you know, the socks are my favourite project that I wear, don't I? Especially in the winter. And I just think to put on a pair of these in the winter, you know, when you've got your PJs on. And
you wouldn't wear a shawl. I don't think you'd wear a shawl.
I mean, I mean like a shawlette, do you know, like.
But you don't wear them a lot.
Well, I wear them when the weather's...
You'll wear those more.
I think
so.
So
I would do what you're planning.
So this might be a pair of socks for me to take away. And then I wanted to buy Dan something, and this base of yarn is one of your favourites that you've knit with. And I've got a cowl up there that you knit with it. Oh.
And did I establish what I was going to do with that?
No, you've not decided.
I'll knit the pattern that Darren bought me with it.
Oh right. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at the pattern to see if it'll work.
I think it will work.
Right, because this is a worsted. What's the pattern? Can't remember.
No, but...
I'll have a look, Darren. I'll have a look. I got him 2 skeins of the Uncommon Thread Lush Worsted. You can't see the colour at all. Oh,
just hold it back in one place and I'll highlight it.
Okay, hang on. That's a little bit better. Okay. And it is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 220 metres, so it's got 440 metres. And the colourway is peat. So it's like, again, it's like browns, dark recently. And then...
we've got some new wool to try.
We have got some new wool to try, and I've got some gifts as well. Shall I do the new wool to try?
Well, yeah, but
okay.
I wouldn't dwell on the gifts that aren't going soon.
No, gifts that we got for us.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I see.
Very confused. So I've got some new yarns to try, and one of them was the one that we're giving away. And I've got
Because
another...
if we're trying it, you need to try it too.
I've got another colour in that one.
That should be the deal. They should have to tell us what they think.
Yes, do. Tell us what you think.
So when we draw it, who's it going to be? Yeah, you must tell us, and obviously show us pictures of what you make. So
I've got another colour in that same base. Really pretty green, and I thought this would be great for Dan to knit with. It's, you know, quite a not a masculine colour, but it's a boy. You know, boys could knit with that. So there's one of those. And then I've got 2 skeins of Bijou Basin again, and this is 75% yak, 25% bamboo.
Now you said that felt amazing, didn't you?
It does. I mean, and bamboo is very drapey, so I think this will make, it's 2 skeins of this beautiful purple. And again, I don't know what the colour name is because they're not on there. But there is, again, I think it looks like a DK. I would say, I'll look up what the gauge is. 6 stitches to the inch size. I don't know. Is that meant to be a fingering? Sizes 1 to 4. Oh, it might be a sport. It might be a sport weight. 180 yards each. So I'll look up actually what it is. But I think that will make a beautiful cowl. Oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to have a think. So we've got that one. Really pretty. And then I've got some Blue Sky alpacas. And I've never tried this, and I've never held it or anything, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. This is 150 grams, it's their extra base, and it's 50% baby alpaca, 50% fine merino, and I think this looks like an Aran weight. US needles 7 to 9, 4.5 to 5.5 mils. I think it's like a heavy worsted Aran, I would say, and this is cherry blossom.
Beautiful.
And we've got 218 yards. Oh, it's really great.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. What do you think? I don't know if the colour is me by my face. It might be. But I mean, I could knit it into something and gift it. It's really squishy and soft and beautiful. So we'll be trying that all out, won't we?
We will indeed.
And letting you know what we think.
Watch this space.
And then we got a couple of gifts. It's been a week in particular, this last week, of people, just lovely people sending us unbelievable, parcels. It's just, I can't get over it. And Sue, who made me the bag that I mentioned before, she sent some yarn for Dan.
Yay! Oh, thank you, Sue.
She sent some Knit Pick straw tweed for some socks for Dan.
Did she put the sweet in?
No, that was Denise.
Denise.
He pinched my sweet, Denise.
Sue, thanks for this, but Denise, that's sweet. That's really interesting. That's reminded me.
Imperial?
It was like a crumble mint, and you can't get those in this country anymore.
Oh right.
I'm interested in those sweets, Denise.
I thought
we shall talk.
Yeah. And Denise is coming over for her mum's 90th birthday next year.
Oh, weird.
And she said we must meet up because you know it's only up the road, and we're like, ah. So slightly excited by that prospect. So thank you, Sue. She sent some stroll tweed in Flagstone Heather, and Dan, you love this, don't you?
I do.
So that'll be socks for Dan. It's lovely. And then I say finally, but gosh, this is an amazing finally. The lovely Ting Ting, hello Ting Ting, who sent me the Detroit mug, also put in yarn. And when I say yarn, I was like, I read the note before I took the yarn out of the bag, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe she sent this yarn. And she sent me Desert Vista Dye Works, never tried it, of course I've seen it, and she sent me the Zombody Doodle Dandy. Ah, how cool is that? And then she also sent me Fish Knits Strong Heart 2-ply fingering in the silly string. And she thought about Bryony when she sent this, and as soon as Bryony saw it, she went, oh, am I going to have something knit in that? So I think I'll knit her some mittens. How cool will that be? Stripy silly string mittens. So Ting Ting, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And she also sent this amazing thing, and I was like, what on earth is it? It's felted soap. I've never heard of it, seen it. And it's got a bar of soap inside. I'm probably telling you all, and you all know what it is, but I'd never seen it. There's a bar of soap inside, and then this is all felted fibre over the top. And oh, it smells lovely. It's lavender soap inside. It fascinates me. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And I just, as soon as I saw it, I said, your mum would love that. She loves all things like this. You know, she would have that on display and showing everybody.
Now,
so
story time. Story time! That's what Bryony used to say when she was very young and it was time for bed.
Oh,
my mum...
I've got some Chiagos from Debbie.
Yeah.
Ah, thank you, Debbie.
My mum loves to collect things and display them in our house.
No, you're not going to tell this story.
One day she was walking. She lives in the far south of England and she lives by the coast and it's very beautiful, lots of wildlife and all sorts. She's always off. You phone her up, she's never in. She's always up a mountain or somewhere or other doing something outdoorsy. So she's walking along the beach one day and she sees this amazing fossilised sea anemone. And she picks it up and she takes it home and she displays it in her toilet. She has a very sort of ornate loo with all sorts of areas to... Very old house. Yeah, very old house. So old, in fact, they've had people round, historic people round, looking at a window frame from like the 1300s, I think it is.
Yeah, it's on the stairs, isn't it?
Completely insane. Amazing house. Anyway, she displays this thing in her house. This sits there for 2 years. They have many guests, many parties, people coming and going in the toilet, and looking at, you know, all these lovely knickknacks. And then one day my mum goes to the loo and she sat there, and she's looking, and she looks at the lovely sea anemone, and she realises what it is. It's a dog poo. You know when you leave a dog poo too long and it goes a bit white? Well, this had clearly been there quite a while. Got a bit salty, gone a bit white, taken on the appearance of stone. She picked it up, brought it home.
Oh, it's so gross.
And displayed it in her toilet. Now, what I love is, they have a lot of people around their house. It's a bit of a party house. So I'd love to think of the amount of people who went in the loo, sat down and thought, what's a dog poo doing on this?
And then did she actually get rid of it after that?
Yes, she did. God love your mum. She's marvellous. Well, it is that time. It is. I'm just checking to make sure I'm right. It is that time for favourite places to knit.
Yay!
Welcome to favourite places to knit. Woo! Where are we?
We are at Richmond Castle in Richmond in North Yorkshire.
And it's a substantially more beautiful day today than it was the last time we did this.
It is, and I'm sorry we've got sunglasses on, but the sun's right there shining in our faces, so I apologise, but we're just going to have to wear them, I'm
especially
afraid.
As well as you've had a few messages about your beautiful eyes.
Ah, yes. So I am wearing sunglasses today to the... I can't remember who it was that sent me that message to say, can you please wear sunglasses because I'm distracted by your eyes.
We did it just for you.
I have.
So yeah, we're here at Richmond Castle and it's probably one of the closest of all the castles to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've come here an awful lot and we absolutely love it. It's sort of just as you start to get into the Yorkshire Dales, which is great. But also as well, the town, which we've been out and about in this episode, is also really great, isn't it?
It's lovely, yeah it is, it's really nice.
And that wool shop that we went to, Woolmouse...
Yeah, this is the town where she used to have her market stall. There's a little indoor market and this is where she used to have it, and I have bought a few balls of Osterman Step there because that was the only place that I could find it. So she's not here anymore, so I can't go and look.
But did you say that there is still a wool shop in there?
Well, I looked in the window and I did see some wool, but I don't know if it just looked like kind of baby acrylic. So, but we might have a little look in.
I think we will have definitely been in there on Bakery Bears Out and About.
Oh right, okay.
Most certainly.
Right.
So yeah, the castle here, it was built by Alan Rufus. And Alan Rufus was a knight of William the Conqueror. Basically what happened was when William the Conqueror conquered Britain in 1066, there was an uprising in the north, because it was obviously a long way away from the south. There was an uprising in the north and something happened, something very famous in history happened called the Harrying of the North, which is basically where William the Conqueror came up and just killed families indiscriminately. And what he also did was he got rid of their source of food production. So he killed a load of families, but then not only that, he got rid of their food production so that they could no longer make food, and thousands and thousands of people died in the famine. This castle was built to ensure that the people in the north stayed in line. So it was built to intimidate and to keep people under control. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, interesting.
I did my history bit.
I didn't know all that.
Well, there's also some other bits and bobs which you don't know, which I think we'll do as we're exploring the castle.
Cool.
So let's go explore the castle. On the top of a mount stands a castle sublime, though it has suffered indeed from the teeth of old time. 3 abbeys from thence you may see with your eyes, an estate which all true antiquarians must prize. For in many parts not a stone stands on another, and one turret nods rounds in vain for a brother. A most beautiful steeple, 'twas built for the friars, which no one e'er sees but he greatly admires. 2 churches, a churchyard, a parsonage, a schoolhouse, where the boys study Latin and how they may rule us. Here's a playhouse, a bowling green, assemblies, card meeting, horse races, militia, and a club for tripe eating. And some people say you'll not taste better ale twixt the banks of the Ganges and those of the Swale. Bit of poetry again.
Yeah.
Bit of tripe.
A bit of tripe. I mean, if you don't know what tripe is, look it up. You won't want to eat it.
You most certainly won't want to eat it.
No.
Although my grandpa liked it.
My dad
vinegar.
loves it with vinegar.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar.
Now here we are at Richmond Castle, and before we get into the sort of castle-y bit, some really interesting history here from World War I. Here were kept conscientious objectors. So anyone who didn't want to go off and fight was kept in these cells, and there was a really famous bunch of guys called the Richmond 16. Now they were kept in these cells, and they obviously put those are the cells actually. There they are. Now these guys, I mean, look at that view.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, but how harrowing must that have been to
Yeah.
be stuck in those cells? Wait, they were going to be killed for not agreeing to go off and fight, and they were going to be taken to France to be executed. On the way to France, though, one of them threw a letter out of the window to his local MP. The MP got the letter, and amazingly, he got them off. Totally unbelievable.
It is.
And there are those cells. We've never been able to get in there,
You
unfortunately.
can't go in any longer now because they protect the walls. They don't want people in there.
It's so frustrating because I'd love to get in, but
Yeah.
here is the castle. And what a day it was.
It was a beautiful sunny day. Not too hot.
Now look at those stairs. Where did they go? Up to the top now.
Da-da-da.
Who's up there? Let's have a listen. Hello!
Hello! Come to the end.
Yay!
There she is. She don't look over the
Yay.
side.
Yeah,
She's so funny.
yeah.
Now there
Brian, are they
is
dark
the
glasses
100-foot tower. Now there used to be 2 towers. This now is the only one that's left standing. And yeah, really, from Bryony being a baby, this has been the castle we've come to the most, and we've climbed up. Let's have a look inside the keep, though.
I don't know that I've ever been in there. I think I have.
Oh, now down there, there's a hole of the floor that you can see the pigeon poo as well
Yeah,
on the
nice.
side. Disgusting. The pigeons, yeah, they come and they fly in the top, and I actually caught a couple of pigeons looking in. It's very cool. And there is the downstairs. Now you told me that there's an old archway down here from the original castle.
Did I?
You did. It had been moved. The original entrance had been moved from where it was, and or maybe I read this somewhere. But that staircase that we just looked down, coming up the other way, that's how you get up there. Now I can't get up there because I'm too big. Picking up on that problem again. I'm sure. Look, the ceilings again.
Yeah, it's the same as before, isn't it?
It is. And look at that hook.
Yeah.
I wonder what was hung from there.
I
You can see
wonder.
them there and
Yeah.
there. You wonder if it was bales of hay, or I bet you it was.
Maybe.
I bet you they kept animals in there. They hung bales. And away we go. But that's the ground floor of the keep. Moving up though to the second floor, we're going to take a little look around, and then we're going to actually climb up the keep, which should be super cool. Welcome to Richmond Castle. We're in the keep. This was built around about It was the late 12th century actually, built by Conan IV. He didn't finish it though. It was actually finished by King Henry II. The walls are 11 foot thick and it's 100 feet high. And we're going to climb it right now. We used to climb it. I used to have to carry Bryony all the way up because she was too little to climb all the way herself. So I used to pick her up and carry her, but now she's big enough, so we're going to go up the castle. Check out those two pigeons.
Bryony thought they were statues.
That's what Bryony said. Bryony said, are they real? And I got really close. But look at them.
Yeah.
So I think when no one's in, they fly in and they sort of live in there, and that's why there was the pigeon poo on the floor. So up the castle we go, and do you think the times I used to pick her up and carry her up here?
Yeah, you did used to carry her up, yeah.
So, well,
couldn't
I don't
do
know
that
about
now.
fit. It's
I didn't go up because I'm absolutely terrified of heights, so I didn't go.
Not a good idea. The views, though, as you go up, are absolutely stunning. At every little point, you'll get one of the slitted windows that they would have used to fire arrows from and protect the castle from. But you get like views down, and there's Kate.
There's me.
Knitting. Yay. They've not had those out very long, have they? Those chairs. It was probably only about a year.
Yeah.
When we used to come, they weren't there. So you get up to the first level. And you think, oh, I'm nearly there, but you're so not. There's another 2 levels, but look at this. This was the old hall where they used to eat.
Oh, right.
It's just stunning.
This is great. I've never seen this.
I know.
I've never been up.
It's so amazing. And there's rooms either side as well where they used to prepare food. The Lord and Lady would get changed in here. Absolutely amazing just to come in. And this castle is seriously old. This was built in about 1117. Built by Alan Rufus. Welcome to the keep. This is the third floor of the castle, and this is where there would previously be tables around the side, and the Lord would sit and eat. There's rooms at the back, and also rooms at the front, where food would be prepared, and also where people could get changed. And yeah, we're going to now head up to the next floor, which is the top. Amazing camera work there from Bryony again.
Yeah.
It's like she's been on the beer.
What's she eating? Sweets.
Yeah, she is. Energy we need coming up here. It's the same every time when we climb up this bit, because you look up there and you think, here we go, we're nearly at the top. And she gets all excited and we climb all the way up, and then you get up to that top bit and you swing around to the right and you see that it actually, look at that view though.
Yeah.
So we start to get really great views of Richmond. But yeah, you get up to the top bit, she swings around, and every time she goes, oh no, Dad, I've got to go even further. Yes, you do, I'm sorry. Now, we're going to see the scene of Tony's crime fairly soon. If anyone caught any of my Instagram pictures pre this episode, if you look on Google Earth at Richmond Castle, you'll see someone has signed his name on the bailey, on the hill running up to the wall. And we're actually going to investigate that a little bit further in the podcast.
Oh my goodness, more steps. Is that the top up there?
There is the scene of Tony's crime.
Right.
That's where he signed his name. So yes, this is up these steps, but then you get out to the top and there's another bit again.
Oh no.
Now, I mean, I can't imagine trying to get you up the other bit, because the other bit, what's so cool is the steps, they've obviously been used, 1,000 years usage, so they're properly worn down, never been replaced. Good old Bryony, all the way to the top.
She did.
Look at that.
Wow.
Now, the view's up here.
Oh my gosh.
To the top. Yeah, this is so exciting. So we are 100 feet up. This was built about 1,000 years ago. Started by Conan IV, finished by Henry II, and amazing panoramic views of the Yorkshire Dales. You can see all the way down there to York. It's amazing. So yeah, we made it to the top. Previously I used to carry Bryony up here. So yeah, I'm not as fit as I used to be. Check that out. That's a folly, and we mentioned that before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, now look at that.
There's the town. Yeah, it's really pretty.
So that's where we walked through.
We did.
The burger van's just down there. And as you can see there how undulating the hills are.
Yeah.
Look at this view though. Now it's a great view for me because York is where I grew up. You see there on the right hand side there's York, and there in the distance it's the Yorkshire Dales. That's where the Tour de France was, and to the right there is York. What's on your needles? What was amazing about that was you could hear me perfectly.
I could. It was like you were stood next to me.
Because that's another view I love. I love that road up the other side. Do you know, I've never even driven up there. Do you know what's up there?
No.
We should go up there one day. Now, as you start to walk around the castle, you start to see things that you'd recognise. And you guys really would recognise this now because you've been on so many location shoots. Here is the chapel. Here we are in the chapel at Richmond Castle. What I love about this chapel is we have the altar over here. We even have little holes either side here, which would have had in candles, incense burning, all that type of thing. But then what I really love is you can sit where those people who come to worship would sit. And it's absolutely lovely. Lovely carved out wood up there, really nice comfortable seat on a hot day like today. It keeps you nice and cool. And the most amazing thing about this castle is it sort of went out of use in about 1500. So unlike the castle we were at last episode, this castle has been left for so much longer. It's a great place and we love it. But as we leave the chapel, what do we find?
What are you doing? What are you doing? No. No. This is where all the poo would go. I don't know where it might go. I really want to go down there. I really want to.
And where did they sit?
They sat there.
There'll have been a wooden bit on the top, wouldn't there? And it's really cool because it's like got its own little roof. Look at that.
So if it rained, they wouldn't get wet while they were
And then there you go. You come down the steps and you're back out in the castle.
I'm a spy!
And those for me are definitely my favourite bits. I always think when you look in a toilet that's been used by people from medieval times, you're so much closer to them as a person. Look, I love those as well, where you see where the wooden beams were that held the floor above the second floor.
Yeah.
Super cool. Now, as you walk round the castle, you start to get some of the best views, I think, of everything. Check out the keep there that we climbed a second ago. Here's Lucy and me, overlooking possibly some of the best remaining Norman architecture. It's certainly in Britain, maybe even the world. Behind me is Scotland's Hall. This is where the Lord of the Manor would entertain all his guests. It's an absolutely stunning piece of architecture, and you can actually get down inside it to have a look. But come over and have a look down and you can see into it now. You can see as well, if you look around the middle, you can see where the floor used to be. And up at the back there you can see probably there would have been a door on there that will have gone up to another level, and then down below would have been where all the food and things was prepared. It's an amazing space. Down the steps we go. Where are we heading?
Into the garden.
We most certainly are.
Yeah.
It's a hidden gem actually of Richmond Castle. There is a medieval garden.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that's in there, again, the woman in the place was telling me some of the stuff has been there as long as the English heritage has been there. And they think probably it is some of it as old as the castle is.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. You come through here and we always used to play hide and seek, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. When Bryony was little, there's like, you'll see in a second, there's kind of like a maze of bushes just down here, look, on the right.
We used to worry about her on these cobbles because she had problems with her hips when she was growing up.
She had a hip problem, yeah.
Which she's fine now, but we always used to really worry. Now coming down here, this is the scene of Tony's crime. So it's through this gate. This was another way into the castle when the castle was in operation, but it's on this hill that Tony signed his name. And of course, we came... So we're at the scene of the crime, aren't we, Bryony?
Yeah.
This is where Tony signed his name, just out there. Now, it's either grown over, or more likely, the stones that Tony laid out have been removed. But this actually was another entrance, certainly in the latter stages of the castle. It's another way to get in. There's a great garden around here, which we'll go and have a look at right now. Into the garden we go. Now, I've got no idea what any of these flowers are.
Well, I'd like to tell you.
I bet people know.
I'm sure. If you know, shout up now.
Do. Yeah, shout at the screen.
I feel like I should know the name of that red one there, and I really do know, but I just can't think what it is.
And in winter, it's just barren, isn't it?
Some poppies there. I knew that, and some grasses. There you see, I know something.
Look at her go.
Yeah.
But winter...
Really pretty. Yeah, it's just, they're herbaceous borders, so in the winter, there's, you know, it's just totally bare.
So tranquil.
It's really, yeah, it's really lovely, and there's benches on that left hand side there, so you could just sit
and knit.
You could sit and knit, yeah.
And you never see as many people down here as you do up in the main castle.
I don't even know that people know that it's there really.
You get sucked in by all the ruins. And
I know what that plant is on the right down there. That's
an
Alchemilla mollis.
Look at the view.
It's beautiful, yeah.
And as you
there's some maples. We took a picture down there on the grass in the autumn, last autumn, of all the leaves, all the different coloured leaves. A beautiful photo, and that's the trees in the summer.
And what we're doing now is we're coming up to a point where we do always love to just have a bit of a sit and have a bit of a knit. You've probably seen, if you're on Instagram, some pictures of us sat up here.
And there was a cat.
There was, yeah. Look at the view down there.
It's really pretty, yeah.
And we're sort of coming now to the end of our tour of the castle. I've just done a pearl, haven't I?
Yeah.
Welcome back, by the way. Hope you enjoyed that little tour of the castle. We're actually sat in the large grassy bit that you will have seen from pictures, and previously this would have had lots of wooden buildings on. There would have been all sorts going on here. Tannery, brewing beer, stables for horses. The only bits that's left now is obviously the stone around the outside. And I wonder if we'll establish who the elusive Tony was. Did you see that on the Instagram?
I didn't know what that meant.
Well, some Charlie had, well, it wasn't Charlie, it was a Tony, had decided that the castle has a bailey, so it has a wall that the stone is built on, which obviously made it even harder to get into. And someone had written out on the bailey in large letters, Tony.
Oh, really?
So the satellite photographs that Google and Apple use, if you look on the satellite photograph, you have this beautiful castle with some prune writing his name Tony on the bailey.
What, the people who built, somebody who built it?
No, just someone probably around the house down there.
Oh, right.
They wrote Tony on the wall. Genius.
Oh, no.
But that will now go down until they update the photo.
Yeah.
It will now go down in history. Anyone who looks at this castle will think it was made by Tony, when actually it was made by Alan. Now, it wouldn't be favourite places to knit without establishing what's on your needles.
I started a doll. People will probably have seen on Instagram that there's a new doll pattern out on Ravelry, and I've got the pattern in here. You might not be able to see it with the light and everything, but I'll show it to you. And my lovely friend Sally gifted me this, and I told her off because she told me about the pattern, and then I went, oh, let me buy this one, because she bought me another one recently as well. I said, let me buy this one. And by the time I'd done that, she'd already gifted it to me on Ravelry. She's very naughty, but thank you. And it's Mary Jane's Tea Room, and this is dolls from the tea room, and it's Belle, Molly and Layla. So here are the dolls. I don't know how easy you can see that. I haven't set up a project page for it yet because I only started it last night, but I will do. And Bryony wanted, there's 3 different versions with like different shoes on. This one's got boots, this one's got Mary Jane's, and this one's got like ballerina shoes. And Bryony wanted the one with the Mary Jane's. So it's Molly that I'm knitting, but I don't know that she's going to, I think she said she might call it Molly. So it's this one with the Mary Jane's.
Molly?
Molly, yeah. It kind of looks like Molly, doesn't it, with
Molly,
the blonde
it's you.
hair? Yeah.
Homespun hair.
It does look like Molly.
Say something German.
So I started.
Do you want a coffee?
So I actually ordered the exact wools that it uses, because it's a British pattern. For a change, usually, you know, they're American patterns and we have to kind of substitute the yarn, but this is a British one, so I ordered the exact yarns. And the doll actually uses a Shetland wool. It's Jameson's of Shetland, and I've never used it. It's a very well-known brand, and it is made up in the Shetland Isles, which I love. So it's like far north of Scotland on the Shetland Isles. So I went for slightly different colours because Bryony wanted purple, because everything has to be purple. But I started this last night, and this is a shoe. She wanted, this colour's plum actually, but it's like a bright pink. It's kind of like a bright pink. And then here's the little sock, and then this is the leg, which is, so it's peach, natural white and plum. And I didn't bring the other colours with me because I've squished it all into a smaller bag, but I'll show you those when we're back in the cottage, as they say. But it's like 3 shades of purple, which are really lovely. So it's really nice. It's really nice to knit with. It's very rustic, so if you don't like rustic, then I'd maybe think about doing a substitution. But I really like it, and I've never knit with Shetland before, and I think it's knitting up really nice. And I love this peachy colour for the actual doll itself. It's really lovely. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
I just realised it's pretty cool. If you've been with us since the start, and thank you so much to all of those people who have. It's been so great actually. On some, now Kay's not insane.
Bryony's over there.
Bryony's just over there. We'll go see her in a minute. So yeah, she's just waving at her. But I'm knitting live in public.
You are.
Aren't I? There's people around.
There are people around, so if you can hear voices, then
you're not going crazy.
No.
You've not joined Kay in the nut house.
And do you know what? I just think, what the hey?
Yeah.
If people stare at us, people stare at us.
Bring it on, that's what I say.
You know, so what? Life's too short, isn't it, really?
They stare at me anyway, I'm tall and ginger.
That's true.
So what am I knitting on? I'm knitting on a handbrake hat. Sorry, Susie.
You messaged the designer, didn't you?
I did.
You?
It is called Bankhead. Of course it is. And it's by Susie Gawley from Canada, who is absolutely lovely.
Canadian, is it
I hope
right?
I've got that right, Susie. I'm sure that's what I saw on your page. And I'm knitting it with... this yarn is growing on me by the second.
It looks lovely in the sunlight.
It really does. And this is Lee.
Luli, what is she on it?
She's Instagram...
Instamatic.
Instamatic Lee.
Instamatic Luli on
Yes.
Instagram, and on Ravelry she's just Luli, Louleigh.
And she gifted this to me, which is unbelievably sweet.
There's a spider on it.
And I am knitting this up as a present for Christmas for someone.
Yeah.
And I've also put this, my first ever entry, into a knit along.
Yeah.
But I'm such a fool.
You put it in the
I put it in the finished objects.
Thread.
I'm really sorry,
Really
Den.
sorry, Denise.
Knitting Den. What a...
I went upstairs to bed, didn't I? And you were still downstairs, and I saw what you'd done, and I sent him texted him to say you put it in the wrong thread. Go and put it into the chatter thread rather
So I
than
sorted
the
it out.
Yeah, so
Nice and quick. So yeah, I am knitting on my lovely Bankhead.
But it's come out. It looks really. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight, but it does look really pretty. And it's a, what's the mix? I forget now. What have you got the tag in there?
And she does have an Etsy shop.
Yeah, she does.
So if you find her on Ravelry she's Luli, I think.
I don't know if you can read that, but that's a little card, and it's Masham and Merino Rolags. She's put long draw, sort of, I think, single spun, anti-clockwise, plied clockwise. This means nothing to me. And there's about 100 metres, and it's come out to about a worsted. And she's even put the twist angle of 60 degrees on there. So I'm pretty sure with 100 metres there'll be enough, because with the other skein there was 156 metres and you had probably a third of it left. So I'm hoping with 100 metres you'll be okay with a hat.
So I think that just about brings us to the end of our favourite places to knit, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so...
oh, fly.
Oh,
right, Denise. Denise, I felt like you.
Don't you dare bark.
You're going to say there's no dogs.
There was...
I did hear a dog.
On cue.
That's not our dog.
No.
We don't have a dog.
Back to us in the studio. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that tour of Richmond Castle, one of our absolute favourite castles to visit. That's the second in our series of 3. Next time, I think we'll probably be going to Barnard Castle.
Oh, right.
Yes, for a game of golf.
Yeah, mini golf.
And then a tour around the castle. Time to draw our
500 member, although I've just checked and there's actually 550 now.
So if we look on the screen there, you can see the draw is running from 4 to 550. We've taken the first 3 off because they're the 3 moderators. I'm now going to press the button. Kay has the list.
I have the list.
We do. So I'm going to press generate. I press generate. It is 300 356.
I'm scrolling.
Who is it? Who is it?
356 is Kimberly, who is Kimmy Knits.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen her on
Right.
Instagram.
Oh,
I'm sure I have. Yeah. Kimmy Knits.
Kimmy Knits.
Show-
Kimberly, you have won ta-da, this beautiful skein. So if you
And
watch...
I'm so excited. We should send her a badge too.
Oh, I'll put a badge on for you. I'll do it now, so don't forget. Would you, if you're watching, would you PM me your address? If I don't hear from you in a couple of days, and maybe I'll just Ravelry message you anyway. Yeah, maybe I'll just send you a message on Ravelry just to let you know you've won, and then I'll get your address and I'll send it off to you next week.
What is that shirt you're wearing, Kay?
Well, I don't know. What's that shirt you're wearing, Dan?
Two things. I never thought I'd have a catchphrase. I don't think you pick it actually, do you? I think other people pick it for you, and it's been amazing having people say it back to me and also hearing it on podcasts. Thank you, Molly and the Artsy Knitter. So here we have a t-shirt. We thought we'd get ourselves a couple of t-shirts, and of course we had to have my catchphrase emblazoned across the front along with the Bakery Bears logo and a lovely badge as well. Now, we got these earlier this week and the messages have been insane. The amount of people saying, I really want one. So we've ordered some.
Yeah.
And we're going to put them, we're going to open up the Etsy shop.
We're going to do it.
Because there's been so many people as well talking to Kay about her bags, and we're going to get the Etsy shop open ready for her bags. But we're going to open up the Etsy shop and these will be available for you to purchase. So there are two colours. This is, what colour is this? It's like a natural.
Natural, I think it's called.
So this would work for
It's
a
just
lady.
a cream colour.
Or for a man. And have a lovely badge. And there's also a pink. And there's two sizes. There's a medium.
Medium. This is a medium. So I think, you know, your average medium lady.
And there is a large, which I can absolutely get into, no problem. I got myself an extra large, and actually it is quite large.
It is quite large, yeah.
So the large is large.
But you might want, my thinking with medium and large is that I know a lot of people, and I'll do the same, wear it in bed, you know, as pyjamas. And you sometimes want it to be nice and, you know, roomy.
So if you would like, and that, I mean, that would be so amazing.
Can you imagine if we were walking down the street one day?
Someone's got a bakery base shirt. What would be so cool? It'd be so great. I mean, if anyone wants to buy one, they're there, they're on the shop, they're there for you. And then if you do buy one, please take some pictures of you out and about.
With your t-shirt.
Oh, I think my world will be complete when I see that. That'll just be amazing. So yeah, they're on the shop. It'll be open on Saturday.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it should be open on Saturday, ready for you. So t-shirts, how exciting.
And we'll put a badge on each of the t-shirts.
With the badge as well. And I think we've pretty much come to the end.
Have we covered everything?
I think we have.
I think
Have we missed
so.
anything?
Well, I don't think so. No, I mean, we've said thank you, haven't we?
We have. So
Oh, you can see Molly. I love her.
there's Molly.
There's Molly.
From
Oh,
the homes-
Molly! And she used to have red hair.
Did she?
Well, yeah, she coloured it red for a little while. She's gone back blonde now. I think she's naturally blonde. I'm talking about you, Molly. I
So
bet
she
you
was a
don't
ginger
mind.
like me.
You used to dye it red, and that doll's called Molly. So
I wonder if it was designed thinking of Molly.
I don't think it was quite that mad, was it, Molly? It was. She had very sleek, normal-looking hair. Not
From now on,
crazy.
whenever I see this
Crazy
dolly,
doll.
I always will think of the Homespun House podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so that is the end of episode 6. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode will be in a couple of weeks as normal. And we'll have lots of adventures, I'm sure, between now and then because Bryony's off school.
She's finished, it's the last day today. So, I mean, we'll obviously carry on podcasting through the summer and just hope that she doesn't bother.
Well, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It will definitely be fun.
Just don't come in seeking attention, but, you know.
And we should be building up to our location shoot at... I mean, what would be cool is if we try and bang out something small while we're on holiday. A very quick on-location little thing I can knock up on the iPad. We'll see how we go, because that's going to be super cool.
And we'll be in Chatsworth.
At Chatsworth.
And what I might do, somebody asked me to show a picture of the bag that I made from a tea towel. that I bought from Chatsworth, and you can only buy these tea towels at Chatsworth, so I might pick a couple up and make a couple of bags and stick them in, hopefully, the shop.
In the Etsy shop.
If you want
Cool.
one. And I think they did a blue and a green. I mean, they might have changed the design since we were last there. That would be exciting. If they
Even
designed.
more exciting new type of bag. So Mr. and Mrs. Bakery Bear still available to download from Ravelry. The shirt's now available in the Etsy shop with the "What's on your needles" emblazoned on it. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye.